Welcome back to the channel. We are taking a load of trucks to Seattle. Let's hope we can make this without a hiccup. These trucks are a bear to move. And I keep giving myself these challenging loads and then complain about it after. So I haven't quite figured out why I do that. We're going to swing this mother trucker as wide as we can, because we have no choice. This is a 40 grand payday if we can make it, and make it on time. That's the other thing. A lot of these freaking loads are a long way. They already gave us not really a lot of fuel. Alright, how do you uncouple? I think it's this decoupling. I want to get fuel, and I don't want to go through the headache of trying to figure out how to get this truck in there with this load of trucks on the asset. Not happening. I've learned my lesson. I've done that far too many times. Alright, we're going to empty, or not empty, hit E to shut it off. That way we start off with a full truck. Upward. We're gonna do some janky crap here. So we can reattach the stupid trailer. Alright. I want to make sure we clear all the signs and stuff. And then we will back her in. Alright, fifth wheel is reattached. We are now set up to take this journey, at least starting it. Hopefully, if we need to fill this up again, if we, I don't know, 800 miles? I don't know, we'll see. It's definitely going to be a trip of sorts, because I know I complain a lot about these particular loads, but they are a challenge. I mean, really are. I mean, you have to swing this mother trucker at least over to the, you know, out the UK lane, if you want, if you will, just to be able to swing that son of a gun around. We're going to try to get this merged in there the best we can. There we go. We are right where we need to be. We're at reasonable speed now, 40 plus. Yeah, I was free roaming around Yuma, where I think it was Yuma where we had that delivery, and I was trying to find a load in there off record, and after just trying to find a spot where I could pick up a load and all that, I just was like, you know, the heck with this. We'll just do another trip for somebody else. And at least we'll be in Washington State when it's all done. And I can get a load from there to go, I don't know, Colorado or something. We'll see. We'll see how far we can go. It's definitely going to be a two-parter because it's 800 miles, and with detours and stuff, if there happens to be any, it could easily easily take us over 1,000-mile trip, so we'll have to plan everything accordingly. I did have him rested, so he is well rested and ready to go, at least in that front. I just wish they would put on the map a little bit easier way of finding, like, I don't know, maybe a truck symbol or something on there they could put and say, okay, if you want to load, this is where you can go to get it. So I can use my own truck as opposed to using everybody else's. I mean, Kenworth, it's a nice rig and all, but I like my Mac. I'd like to use that more often. Although these loads are very lucrative, 40K, if we can make it work. Yeah, we're going all the way, I forget where the town is, but if you read the description of the video, it'll definitely be in there. I usually make sure I have some sort of a description as to where we started and where we're ending, so at least you have an idea. If it's a two-part episode, I've been trying to emphasize lately, or making sure I put part 1 of 2, so each episode is kind of a standalone anyway, but if you want to make sure you see the final delivery or whatever, then you obviously want to tune in to the next episode to see the delivery. But yeah, they're always, the GPS is always pushing me to go to the right lane all the time. A lot of times I go to the right lane only to find out, like right now, that lane would be ending, so I'd be right back where I'm at. So just as a side note, I don't follow that GPS too much because it is kind of crazy and not done very well in regards to giving you a heads up as to, oh yeah, there's a ramp right here that you need to be on. They'll tell you at the last second. So if you happen to be in the wrong lane and you don't know it, and you need to be in the right lane to get to the ramp, you could be up creek, because if there's cars blocking your way, you're screwed. Of course, I've had to do crazy stuff to get around because this game just seems to want to put roadblocks in the way of everything. But it's interesting. I keep doing a lot of trucks. I keep telling myself, no more trucks, no more trucks. After the last one, I did try to get trucks. I got kind of hung up in the yard trying to get them out because I didn't think about it enough. And I really need to be more spot on with that. But needless to say, we're getting there. I just kind of want to get. I have no patience whatsoever. I just want to get going. A lot of times, that's what my downfall is. That's why I'm always getting caught for speeding. Because I need to get there quickly. Yeah, we're starting to pick it up now. I was going 43 and I couldn't figure out why. Normally I'm busting at 50, 60, 70, whatever. 55, so I need to be at least doing that. Yeah, we're going to try to do the best we can. We'll split it in half like we normally do. So if it's an 800-mile load, we'll try to get 400 and then 400. And hopefully we have some rest area, fuel stops, all of that along this route, so I don't need to go into little towns and stuff like that, because if I have to do that, I'm going to drop the trailer on the side of the interstate highway or whatever it is, which is not the best thing to do. So hopefully we'll find something that will prevent us from having to do something stupid like that. Because then it's got to be, I got to go miles down the road to get back to that spot on the interstate to get the trailer. So we'll see if we can avoid that nonsense. It's all straight away. There we go. Don't need to be drinking and driving here. Although I don't mind. This would be ideal if you had a rest area pull off the interstate or highway or whatever the heck this is considered, and there'd be a fuel station in there too. So then we'd be able to get the rest, and if more fuel needed, we can top it off there too. That would be ideal. You see, I think we did some sort of a run like this before where it was Seattle. I think from Seattle to California actually, and I think we. Remember if there was or not, but I'm definitely going to see if I can get, like after this is delivered, we're going to see if we can do a load from Seattle to Utah or something, Colorado. There was a couple of options for Colorado, but I was like, nah, we'll go to Seattle, work our way from the top over that way or something. I wanted a high dollar amount run too, not a 20K whatever. I know those are typically shorter, but gotta have the money, you know. 50, 40s, that's the ticket right there. Yeah, I see off to the right they got all this stuff there, you know, fuel, resting plays, repair plays, all of that, but it should be, they should have something that you can just jump into right off the interstate, because you don't really want to take a truck like this on city roads with these trucks on the back, because technically speaking this is kind of an extra long load. It's not a wide load per se, but it is a load that should have you know, it shouldn't be on the regular city roads. What the heck is up with this stuff? Everybody just sitting around like a bunch of dumbasses. They got a car right there on the merge lane, just sitting there for whatever reason. Way station 1 mile, so I bet you anything we'll have to stop at that way station. More than likely. Oh, I can bypass it, great. But I can guarantee you I'm not going to be able to bypass all of them. At one point I'm going to have to stop in. I remember the first time I hit the way station, I had no idea what the hell I was supposed to do. I felt like such a dumbass. Now it's just second nature. You just pull in there, hit the button, it weighs you, and if your if your tractor trailer is okay, then they say nothing more about it. But, you know, if it needs work or whatever, they're like, oh, you should get your truck worked at or whatever. Couple hundred more miles and we'll be at the halfway point. We're at 620. little runs. I know sometimes I get frustrated with them, but that's just the nature of the beast. Yeah, they're going to try to cut over here. It ain't happening. I'm going to stay in this lane because this guy's going to be a turtle. Well, I'm going to be a turtle for a minute or two until I get up to speed, but I have a feeling I'll get faster than him. Seems like that's always the case. I guess I'm wrong on that one. Well, I'll get over to the right side, so if there's a car or whatever wants to pass, I don't really see anybody. But this truck's all fancy. It's got a dang sunroof and everything. State of the art. My Mac that I have doesn't have nothing like that. But I don't know. Whatever suspension upgrades I needed, transmission upgraded. I think it's a longer base now, so I can haul longer, heavier loads. It's a sleeper now. Put mirrors on it. I've done so much to it. So, and lately I haven't been driving it at all. I've been mostly driving for other people, but we're going to change that eventually. One of these days when it's not 95 degrees out and I can actually come in here and do a little more playing around, just doing content videos, I can actually just horse around and get stuff situated. Because I'd like to get, I don't know, I got 2 garages I have set up, so I'd like to set up so I can hire drivers and all of that. I know you can do that in the game, so that would be ideal. I can hire drivers and then they can do loads on my trucks. I mean, I got 1 truck, so maybe I just loan that truck out for them to do runs in it, and then I drive truck on my own, whatever truck that I, loads for other companies, in other words, so I can make bank that way. Yeah, but the scenery's starting to get real nice now. I'm trying to keep it around the speed limit. I'm not trying to go too much. I think the last run I got a speeding ticket. I was going a little over too. It wasn't a lot, but still, it was just like, really? Yeah, this is not the best load to be speeding in either, so. You got a long ass truck and I'm sure these turns are not the best for a long ass. There's 3 Kenworths on the back of this thing. I'm trying to be somewhat careful here. I gotta also look in between this episode and the following one as to the window that they're looking for this load to be delivered at. Because I want to make sure we time it right so it's not going to be late. The last one we did, I timed it just right because as we were pulling up to the delivery location, dispatch was like, oh, they were expecting their load and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, alright, well, I guess I just made that perfectly. I see my character's getting tired a little bit too, which is fine, but he's got another 150 miles to go at least. Hopefully in 150 miles, give or take, we will run into a rest area like this where we can rest the dude. It's the other thing I don't understand. I know it doesn't they don't have the code for it, but It's 2021 after all. You think that they'd be able to say, okay, if it's a desert, desolate area, like, you know, and it's safe, they can pull the truck over and sleep there. But no, it's got to be a perfect, you know, little spot's got to be almost practically perfect for that to work. Whatever spot they designate, that's where you got to go. Driving off the dang road. Be nice too is to discover more places on the map. I've expanded the map quite a bit now. At one point I had, I don't know, 30% of the map discovered. Of course at that time I had what you start out with typically, you know, Arizona, California, wherever. Now I've gotten the Northwest, Colorado, I think Idaho, so I think it's down to like 20% now. But we'll add more as we see fit, and you know, I'm not going to do it if I'm in the middle of a long run or something like that, because then it kind of cancels out what you're doing to update it like that. Starting to speed again. Slow that down. These trucks are not something that you want to be driving like a dumbass. Bet you anything this way station will have to stop. Yeah, I thought so. They'll give you a reprieve on one, but they're not going to do it all of it. And tourist information too. Wow. Fancy. Yeah, I made that mistake before. And what I mean is, I went through like that truck did, and I forgot to get on the dang scale. It was too late. At least I made it this time. Because I was following that other truck. I did that before. I followed the truck, and I'm like, I'm thinking I'm not in the right dang place. And you know what? I was right. So we fixed it this time. The last time I wasn't able to. I ended up bypassing it, and they charged me $250 for not going to the way station like I was supposed to. This whole thing is a cluster, you know what. Waiting around. Why you sit there in the traffic? You gotta truck that's so freaking heavy, you gotta get moving a lot quicker than that. The only reason I pulled out like that is I knew that car would stop. Well, I hoped it would stop. No guarantees, but it did stop. But I hate that. The trucks, they pull out of that way station, they just sit there like an idiot. I should have drove on the shoulder like I did the last time I came out of Willis. Just so I could get up to speed so I wouldn't have to do stupid stuff. But anyway, we made it out of there. So. And then also keep an eye on his sleep, because we're coming up on the point where he might have to be resting soon, and I'd like to shave a good 40 miles off that before that happens. And we'll get him rested and finish out this load probably in the next episode. Get this one processed, cool this room down a little bit, and then we'll finish it up. Fortunate this time of the year. If I run air conditioning while I'm doing this load, you'll never hear anything other than the freaking air conditioning. So. So we are at the point where we start seeing if there's something we can get this guy his little siesta that he needs. Hopefully it's a... actually, I don't think fuel is going to be a problem. Just the rest at this point. So hopefully there'll be a rest area. We can have him take care of that. Rest area we look at is where we're going to rest him up. Yeah, it says gas food lounging next exit, but I don't want to exit. That's the thing. I want to stay on the interstate, highway, what have you, whatever you call it, because this load is too long to be driving around the city, and I don't want to drop it off, so hopefully we'll find something. It might end up being, we'll end up making one episode a little longer than the other if I have to keep doing that. I'd like to split it in half. You can't always get what you want. Because we're exactly at 400, or just under 400 now. Yeah, if it so happens to be that way, then it is what it is. Well, you figure we traveled over 400, a little over 410 miles. And that was about a half an hour. So the next episode, if probably going to be 20 minutes or so, which is fine with me. I'm good with that. If it wasn't so darn hot, I'd probably just do the whole thing in one episode. But I got to cool this place down a little bit so I can get the rest of it done. Otherwise, I'm going to sweat myself to death there. One hell of a relaxing game. That's why I enjoy it. Yeah, see, they got these rest areas over here But who the heck knows what kind of turns you have to do. And if I can't rest the guy, I'll push him to the edge. I don't care at this point. Because these trucks, they are a real pain. Because you can't... I don't know how to explain it. You got to be very careful about where you go with this, because you can get your ass hung up somewhere. I know, I've done it. Took the wrong turn, and next thing I know, or didn't make the turn right, I guess is the better way to put it. And then you're all hung up, and you can't get your way out of it. Hopefully we'll find something along the way. Otherwise, it might end up being a full episode. Sweating like the guy in the airplane. Pilot. Have you ever seen that movie? You know what I'm talking about. But the problem is, once this guy gets tired, he becomes yawny. All he does is yawn, and makes you want to yawn too. Another way station up in a mile, so that maybe that way station. We'll be able to bypass it, but maybe it'll have a well, vehicle inspection at the moment. Okay, I thought we could avoid that. We just did that. Hopefully there's a rest area. No, it's not. Of course it's not, because I need it. Freaking idiots. There is one on the other side though. Just wait back there. Journey. All right. It'd be really nice if you guys had a way station that had a place for us to rest, but nah. We're just gonna pull that right out of there without just sitting there for 10 minutes. We're just gonna proper thing and just get going. Guy much further, but it's saying rest area. Okay, here we go. This might be a place, rest area coming up. Okay, good. It says rest area next right. Does that mean I have to get off the interstate, off the highway, whatever the hell this is? I prefer not to do that, but I really don't have much choice. Oh no, this is one of those where you can rest proper. Okay, awesome. I was wondering what was going to happen, but the next, whatever the hell you call it, trucks. Does it say trucks? Okay, trucks here. Okay, good. I'm gonna park right here. Alright, we're going to end it right there for this one, and we'll pick it up on the next one. We'll finish the load. We have 300 miles left, I guess. So that's pretty good. I think we have enough fuel, so I don't think we'll have to worry about that. Anyway, if you like the content, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, that would be awesome if you did. It'll help the channel grow and keep me trucking even more. I would be also honored. Anyway, thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one.